Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where one hero finally wins his lifelong achievement of beating his rival. I am Bill, and this is Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Doing well, Bill. How are you?
I am exhausted. I have no idea why. It's just been like one of those weekends where I'm just constantly tired.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I've been going pretty much constantly for the past couple weeks, so I've just been beat. Luckily, I got a night last night. I got to just kind of chill out and fucking I actually got to sleep last night, which was nice. So can't complain there.
Yeah, me, Alex, and our mother went. We went to the movies last night. We actually saw Project Hail Mary. It
Oh yeah, how was it?
was really good. I was surprised. I went in with like zero expectations. I was like, that was a really good movie. Better than the movie we watched last
Nice.
week.
Yeah,
uh,
no kidding.
in like every way. Um, it was just interesting because it was mostly just like Ryan Gosling by himself with some a mixture of practical and CGI. It was good. It was a really. I haven't seen a sci-fi film in a while that I've enjoyed, so
Hmm.
it was pretty good. I think like the last one I really remember liking was probably like Interstellar. I think
Okay.
and that
Um,
was a long time ago.
the funny you mentioned a good sci-fi story. I finished Far Sector this week, and I was
Oh,
really impressed with it.
so Far Sector is a good Green Lantern story. I think it's a weird choice for the compacts, but at the same time, it also is a perfect choice because it's so perfectly standalone, even though it's canon to the actual
Hmm.
Green Lantern. Because like Joe becomes pretty much part of the main cast in like the more recent comics. Um,
This that particular comic felt like a Star Trek story, and I loved it.
Art is beautiful too. Jamal Campbell's
Oh yeah.
art is gorgeous. He was on the Superman book for a while there, and oh my god, it was so good.
Some of the panel work he did, in, like some of those pages were like really out there, and I really appreciated that. Like
Mm,
when somebody experiments with the panel layouts and stuff, and they do different things, like I really like that kind of thing. He's really
yeah,
good with like facial expression and such.
facial expression, like he's got like a softness to his like work too that just looks so fucking good.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny because when he was on Superman, I was sitting there thinking like, how are they going to top this guy? Like the only guy that they could physically like that could possibly outdo Jamal Campbell was Dan Moore, and then they replaced him
Hmm.
with Dan Moore, and I was like, okay, fair enough.
It was
Uh,
funny too because as I was reading it, I was showing my buddy at work. Like every now and then, I'd like show him like a bit, or I'd talk about the story a little bit, and like he actually got really intrigued after I showed him a few things from the book, and he was like looking up some of the other work that he's done. And he was, I guess he had done like this, he had done like a Power Rangers thing,
so did Dan Moore. It's
and
really funny how both of them did Power
yeah,
Rangers comics for a while.
but like the few Power Rangers illustrations I saw that he had done looked fucking gorgeous.
So low key, the Power Rangers comic series is way better than it has any fucking right to be. I've been
Oh
reading.
yeah.
I have a lot of the trades for that. I'm like, holy shit, why is this so fucking good?
Hmm. But yeah, that was really good. And I did start reading Court of Owls.
Nice.
Um
That's a good Batman story. It's a little weird because it's New 52 at but once you realize the New 52 stuff kind of doesn't matter anymore, it's a really fun read.
I'm kind of just looking at it as its own thing. Like I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
But I'm only like a little over, like I'm in chapter two right now, so I'm still early on, but I'm enjoying what it's doing so far.
Hmm.
I did find it interesting. Like I like they started there was like this big like social event or something that Bruce was holding, and like he was like getting ready in the back room, like putting on his tie and shit, and it's just like it's doing like the character introduction kind of thing where it's like him, and then it says Dick, former Robin, current Nightwing, and then it showed Tim Drake, current Red Robin, and then it was like Damian Wayne, Robin. Like we got three Robins in this room right now. What the fuck?
Yeah. You know what the genius of that was? They were like, literally, like when New 52 started, they were like, reboot, everything starts from scratch. But Batman's popular, so yeah, just Ignore that. Oh,
Mm.
wait, they've only been active for 5 years. How does Batman already have 4 Robins? DC going, shit. Well, Batman's been around for 10. Literally, the New 52. Every time you think harder about it, you're like, they didn't plan this out at all. They did not think this through in the slightest. And
Even 10 years, even 10 years seems a little light for, because you also got to figure if Damien's the current Robin.
Yeah, that means he conceived him at some point during that 10 year.
And also, what the hell's going on with
Jason's around somewhere. No, Jason's
yeah.
in Jason is in an absolutely horrendous book right now at this period of time.
Oh wait, would he be dead at that point?
No, he was alive. He was starring in Red Hood and the Outlaws, a book with him as Red Hood. Roy from the Titans, like Green Arrow's former sidekick, is just there for some reason.
Speedy or Arsenal or whatever.
He was Arsenal at that point. And like his entire character was literally, I'm a drunk asshole. That's it. And then Starfire was there, and her entire character was, I'm a whore. It was bad. It was bad. Like horrendously bad. It like took them a while to fix that mess.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh god, New 52 is.
It's funny though, because I was actually watching I finished the 8th wave of CW stuff.
Nice.
And I don't want to say necessarily that I spoke too soon, but I guess they weren't completely done with Tommy Elliott in Batwoman, because he did come. The way that they did it was way out there, but he did actually become Hush later on.
Still not as bizarre as how the animated version of Hush handled it, but we'll have to talk about that movie at some point because oh my god,
I'll have to get my hands on it at some point because it's not on HBO Max.
Of course it's not. Why would they have it? Why would fucking HBO have their products on their streaming service? That's lunacy.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's just silly. It should be on Tubi where it belongs.
Yeah. Or illegally ripped.
Well, yeah, good shit.
I'm sure you can find it in like 12 parts on YouTube somewhere.
Probably something like that. But yeah, aside from that, I'm still playing Simpsons Hit and Run. I haven't gotten super far. I'm on like the 3rd level. I'm on the Lisa.
Oh,
section.
best level in the game, aesthetically. Anyways, I love that downtown area.
Yeah, with like there's like the little highway area and like the pier.
Yeah.
It was like the little like science lab area. Yeah, there's some fun stuff going on.
I just love the bloom effect of that area, like the sunset. It just looks so good.
And I discovered that a lot of the emulators that I have on there, I can just log into like a retro achievements thing.
Nice
account. So I could, as long as I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I can get retro achievements for playing all those games. So just for funsies, I started a run of like the Legacy Goku games because I know I can get all those easy.
Nice. Speaking of comics, earlier I picked up the next issue of the current Flash run because it's so fucking good. They're literally doing a storyline which is absolutely hilarious because it's kind of relevant to today's society. The entire gimmick of the story right now is that like somebody out there is like doing a social media trend of basically encouraging people to jump off of buildings or put themselves in harm's way because the Flash will totally save you. And the best person who gets a photo of it will get like $1 million or something.
There was actually a storyline like that in Supergirl.
Yeah, it's just. Oh, it's so relevant.
Died. A lot of people died.
No one's died in Flash yet. One kid got hurt because he decided to play on the fucking train tracks, but that's besides the point. Because Flash decided to save some woman who was like making a bomb in her house instead. Because he can't be fucking everywhere at once. But
if I was the Flash, I'd be bullshit. I'd be like, dude, seriously, come on, guys. I got better things to do.
He is. That's the best part. Like between it, like he goes home to his wife and like they're about to go to bed. She's like, "Why are you in the costume?" And he's like, "Well, you never know. Someone might decide to kill themselves in the middle of the night." And she's like, "Don't they know the Flash ends his shift at 11?" And he's like, oh, it's so good. The new run. I'm actually collecting floppies again just for this run because I want it to continue. But I picked that up. I also picked up Marvel put out the Spider-Man Superman crossover, which is their version of the crossover because the DC did Superman Batman like a month ago. So now Marvel's doing Spider-Man. I mean, not Superman Batman, Superman Spider-Man. And now Marvel's doing Spider-Man Superman. I picked that up. It was okay. The main story was really fun. The side stories weren't as good as the DC ones. I think it might be just because I'm not as big into Marvel style as I am DC's.
That's fair.
I enjoyed that though. I also picked up New History of the DC Universe, the Dakota Incident. I haven't had a chance to read.
I've been looking into that because that's the Dakota Incident. It specifically, obviously,
milestone stuff. Yeah. I picked that up. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I'm gonna do that eventually because I got to read the actual like New History of the DC Universe first before I read that one.
Yeah, because it's like a series. That's like the 4th, I think, volume or something like that.
So they did the whole New History of the DC Universe, which was the initial run. That's out on that's fully completed on trade. Then they're doing the Dakota Incident now, which is like a continuation of it, which leads me to believe they're probably going to do more stuff. I hope in the future because it's an interesting concept of like finally settling this fucking continuity mess that we've got going on right now.
Yeah. It does give me hope though, because if they're doing that with like the big like pantheon of like let's look at all our DC stuff, and then they also did the DC's Finest for Static recently, and then the Static maybe on crossover. It gives me hope. It gives me hope.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in that. Other than that, I haven't been doing a ton. I've been reading manga. I'm reading the Horimiya manga right now, and it's been fun. It's actually interesting reading that story in chronological order because the show definitely did not follow chronological order.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It's been fun. The art's really fun because it's weird. It's because it's based off the web series, and then it basically they took the web series story and they had another artist redraw it closer to like the anime style, but it has like all of like the chapters that weren't included in the anime, which is interesting. So like it's been fun. It's the same goofy series that has that charm to it. Aside from that, have you watched any of the recent ongoings?
Let's see. We're actually Cindy and I after we do this recording, we're planning on watching the newest Oshinoko.
Have
we
fun.
haven't watched that yet.
Have fun.
Was it the 4th episode, right?
It is, and if you thought the last 3 were insane,
okay.
I'll leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
Yeah, I watched that. I did watch the second vending machine episode. So it's just like at this point, I'm just like, fuck it.
What the fuck even is this show? like
I don't know.
I was watching this and I was just like, what? Like that was
what
my
are we
reaction
doing here. Yeah.
The only part that was entertaining is when he used the porno mags to distract the kids, and I was just like that's funny. But then I thought the bigger laugh was when the girls were like, "That's gross, Spock." So I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah.
But other than that, I was like, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah. And then what are the other ones right now? Obviously, I watched Dr. Stone, which you haven't seen, so that's something. What's the other one right now?
I watched Slime, the new Slime episode.
Oh, you're watching it in Japanese?
No, the first 2 episodes are dubbed.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yep.
Well, shit. I guess I'll have to watch those. What was the other one? I know there was another one I was watching that was coming out. Can't think of it. I know there was another one now.
Yeah, all I'll say is Oshinoko. You'll probably have questions after. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of that show. It's all about like, the mysteries, There's some weird shit too. But
They
Demons of the Shadow Realm. That's right. That was the other one.
nice. Yeah, they dropped another
Yeah,
bombshell in the most recent episode, so be prepared.
I think you're gonna like that show. Like I don't know if you want to wait until it's like done or if you want to catch up and watch weekly, but it's a fun show. I like what it's doing right now.
I'll think on it. I have an anime swap I'm currently working on planning out first. I got a few things I got to figure out, and I got to start my JoJo's watch at some point. I got the whole year.
Yeah, but I mean, we're almost we're coming up quicker than it seems to the halfway point for the year. So
yeah, we'll get to there'll be periods of right now. It's just the start of the year is always hard. I just had the benefit of last year. I had like a lull period where I could just power through Attack on Titan.
yeah, that's true. And I still haven't been like taking anime super seriously aside from like stuff we do with the show or ongoings, but I have a decent count going. I'm at 26, including my ongoing.
I'm at like 4, like 5 or 6.
To be fair, a few of those at the beginning were just like I watched the last episode of this show that started last year.
I think like 3 of mine are those, so that doesn't help make them look any better.
I mean, aside from that, I mean, I'm also counting rewatches, and you don't do that. So
true.
So the Dragon Ball movies we watch, and stuff like that, like those count for me. So
fair. Yeah.
It's still anime, even if I've seen it before.
Yeah. I just don't count rewatches. They're always kind of a thing for that. I guess we could start our topic for this episode.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting because it's kind of like going back to what we were doing with the Super Manga before, where it's kind of going to be less about the events of like the main story because we've already seen it in animation and covered it on GNC, and more about like pointing out differences and additions and such.
Yeah, and there is quite a bit different this time around.
I did actually watch. I missed like some of it, but I did actually watch the movie over again. Which actually, come to think of it, I should add that to my watch list.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So we've essentially covered the final portion of, as of right now, the Dragon Ball Super manga, which appropriately covers the superhero storyline. And it was interesting. I found it was interesting actually to me how out of all the retellings, this one was like the most accurate to the source, but also had so much more added to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is like the meat and potatoes of like the story itself, like what we saw in the movie, was essentially the same. The only real difference was Goten and Trunks having their superhero outfits. And like
they actually do more.
Krillin was investigating the Red Ribbon Army beforehand. Like those were the only like real differences.
Yes, and the reasoning for why Whis doesn't hear Bulma's call is somehow dumber.
Oh yeah,
this time, like in the movie, the bull on it is that's dumb, but okay, whatever. That's an unfortunate thing. This one he just loses it in the woods, and he's just like, oh, where's my staff?
Like the shockwave from Goku and Vegeta's fight just made it like fly off like next to a tree or something, and then they just forgot about it.
Doesn't he have like the ability to just like make it appear at will? Like
oh yeah, he can do that. Yes.
Anyway,
I think it's one of those situations. I think it's one of those situations that we'll have where we're like, we don't have our phone on us, but we're in the middle of something, so we don't realize it at first, and then eventually, like, oh shit, where's my phone?
Yeah, I guess I was like, that's so. I was like, how did they make that more stupid? But oh well.
Whatever works, right? But
so go on.
I was going to say like the major interesting thing from the manga version of this is we have a 3-chapter prequel arc to the story, and then also I guess a 3-chapter sequel with like a bonus chapter at the end. With like another prequel, weirdly enough.
Yeah, because it starts with we get Trunks and Goten shenanigans basically.
Yeah, because they randomly decided like, oh, we're gonna do the Saiyaman thing because screw it, why not?
I mean, it
And
fits them kind of, I guess.
well, I mean, it makes sense in context because I mean, obviously we know Toyotaro's history, uh, getting his starting out with writing and drawing Dragon Ball AF back in the day, and in his canon with Dragon Ball AF, Goten was in fact a Saiyaman. So it's just kind of more example of him bringing over his own head canon from back in the day and putting it in the official.
Yeah, I find it very interesting that in this like like the way that they have it set up, just like Bulma's way of like making the Pilaf gang pay to live there is just by making them work 24/7.
Yeah. I do love that in the manga they make it very explicit. Like, no, Bulma knows exactly who the fuck these people are. She's just putting them to work. She's just like, at this point, my husband could destroy this whole planet if he wanted to. You guys are no threat to me. I do not care.
But free labor. Um, and also she's like, and my son, I guess, likes that one, so I guess I'll let you stay.
Yeah, pretty much. That was actually a big driving force for this little prequel arc. Is just Trunks trying to like work up the nerve to ask out Mai.
Which is still so funny because Mai's technically like a 60 to 70-year-old woman, technically.
I don't think she's quite that old, but she's. I think she's a couple years older than Bulma. Like, not like a lot older, but a little older.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of it with like GT time because she was like pretty old by GT standards.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were doing with GT. I think I don't know. I don't know what was up with that.
I did like the whole
stress made her age more. I don't know.
I don't know. I did find it amusing though. The whole like Bulma's like, oh yeah, so we have to have like we can't just have like a teenager just working here. So we're gonna just make to make this work. She's just gonna go to high school now.
Yeah.
So have fun. Bye.
And then Trunks and Goten like pretty much commissioned Pilaf to make them like the transformation rings, or not rings, watches, so they could just turn into, just zap their outfits on instead of having to go through the whole thing. How do you feel about the designs for Saiyaman X1 and X2?
They look doofy as hell, but that's kind of the point. So
I kind of low key love them. I love those designs, like as a superhero outfit. I honestly think it might be better than the original Saiyaman costume.
Well, the original Saiyaman is just a green robe. It's with a helmet, basically.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he's got like, well, that's the cool thing is they like incorporate the Saiyan armor into both versions. Like, because with the Trunks and Goten, they have like the actual like armor, and then Gohan had like the gloves and the boots.
Yeah.
And also, I think like the under like unitard, I guess, was the same as what Vegeta wears.
Yeah. I did find it also somewhat amusing. Like it's more very blink or miss it, but if you pay attention really closely, like Goten still kind of has his like weird like player aspects in the background.
Yeah.
Because I noticed like anytime you see him in the background interacting with like girls, he's always like being like, "Ladies, hey."
I also love that. I also love that they continue the like the stationary puns with all the schoolmates. Like how Gohan schoolmates was like Sharpener and Eraser, and then here we have like Rula and what was some of the other ones? It was like basically stuff like that.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
Yeah, it was all clever. The schoolmates were interesting, but I'm like, these people are probably never going to appear again.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how much fucking effort Toyotaro wants to put on Goten and Trunks and what they're doing.
If we ever do any more school arcs, because I found it very amusing too that like Mai's present for like the first like school stuff, but then like the next time they're showing school, she's just explicitly no longer going to school now, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's not like they spent a whole lot of time on the school aspect of it.
No, but I know it. There's like the next chapter has them like going to a field trip, and she's just not there. I'm like, she probably was like, yeah, it's like whatever.
I do like that. Oh, with the field. Oh, the field trip thing. That was the last chapter after the whole superhero thing. That would have
Yeah.
been before she joined the school.
Oh right, yeah, that was a time thing. Never mind.
Yeah. Um. But
Right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so like basically the whole concept is like there's all these rumors throughout school about how there are like zombies or ghosts or something haunting this like old mansion at the top of this big ass hill or whatever. And like, you know, they're doing the classic like um high school anime thing, like, oh, I dare you to go there at night or whatever. And for some reason Trunks is just like super spooked by all this, even though I'm like 99% sure that the Trunks half of Gotenks came up with the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. So I don't know what the hell's up with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, in fact, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure most of Gotenks' personality comes from Trunks.
yeah, Trunks is like weird. Like for some reason, like this version of Trunks has like the weirdest personalities in like every incarnation.
I think like the this timeline's version of Trunks grown up is always kind of weird because they always kind of want to lean future Trunks, but he's a totally different character, so they can't really commit to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there's
So it's a
actually
weird situation.
because there's that point where like during like one of the attacks, like he's in his like Saiyaman costume. He's like saves Mai, and Mai immediately gets flashed back to like future Trunks, and then she's like, "No, that's not him." Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I love at one point he was like, well, you're the only Trunks I got, so
Yeah.
he's like, wait, what?
Well, she's got to be in a conundrum. Even if like future Trunks was still here, he'd be with future Mai, so it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, eventually, for whatever reason, I don't even remember what the reason was, but Trunks ends up going there. Actually, they both do, and they end up fighting the zombie guys. And I mean, we as the readers learn that they are creations by Dr. Hedo. They're actually androids, not zombies technically. But
Yeah.
they are zombies, but they're actually androids. It's weird. They're like
Well, Dragon
Frankenstein looking motherfuckers.
Dragon Ball lore doesn't even know what androids are half the time. So
Yeah, because there's actually points where they're like, "You're either a robot or an android," and I'm like, "It's the same
that's
thing."
not how that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You mean cyborg?
Yeah, because technically 17 and 18 are cyborgs.
Yeah,
But
but
oh well.
so throughout the whole like skirmish that they have at the haunted house, Trunks ends up stealing this like super secret disc of Dr. Giro's research data or whatever. And that causes this whole thing where Dr. Hedo is like, I need to make stronger androids and get that back because it's super important to me. And
The
he ends up
reveal
sending,
about that disculator is great, though. I will
I
say.
know. I know. I forgot to mention, like, part of the reason why they're doing this whole Saiyaman thing is because, not because of actual Saiyaman, it's because they got wicked obsessed with a video game character called Clean God, and he's a superhero, like a classic type superhero.
Basically,
Yeah.
a parody of like of superheroes at this point.
Oh, for sure, 100%. And apparently, Clean God is like this world's Superman. Like he's just like the shit, and everybody loves him. So yeah, he takes the disc, and Dr. Hedo's like, I need to make a stronger android to get the disc back. And he ends up sending the beta number 1 or whatever to high school because he also is like high school age or whatever. They have this big skirmish over it, and Beta gets his ass kicked too because obviously nobody can really comprehend how strong Goten and Trunks are.
I do love that part where he throws the basketball and it Trunks misses it, but then it bounces off and ends up hitting him anyways.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of goofy shenanigans throughout these chapters.
Yeah, because there's that whole scene where he's like, he thinks like Mai is into this guy, and then he's like, "What, are you into that guy?" She's like, "No, are you fucking stupid? Look at his neck."
Yeah.
I love stupidly blunt Maya is throughout this.
I also love how observant she is. Like she catches on to all of this like immediately.
Which is so weird because it's like nothing like her like like incarnation from like original Dragon Ball, where she was just kind of like there.
I mean, to be fair, again, she was basically like what 17 at the time.
I don't know that
She was practically a child.
See, I'm thinking of like the wedding dress arc where she was definitely older than Chi Chi. I
Well,
don't
I mean,
know.
she's definitely older than Chi Chi either way. But hold on,
I don't know.
just do a quick Google search,
She
just out of
seemed
curiosity.
she seemed on the older side, but I have no idea. Dragon Ball.
How old was the beginning of Dragon Ball? Well, that's not
What?
specific at all. Well, the AI response was she was roughly 19 to 30 years old. Like, that's not specific.
Yeah, the best question I can ever go with is going to the Dragon Ball wiki if it gives ages, which nope, that doesn't help. Um, well, I don't fucking know. Does anybody know? Maybe the
Well,
manga.
this one is saying that she's actually younger than Bulma. I have no idea, dude. We'll
They
never
don't
know.
know.
We'll
They
never
don't
know.
know. Ooh, here's a fun thing. Plot inconsistency. Mai's age. Let's see what the
It's
fans
probably
have.
just referencing when she said she was going to be 41 in the Battle of Gods movie.
This is like a forum debate, and it's really funny because literally nobody knows. Oh, that's great. Well, either way,
Nobody knows.
it's not important in the long run of things.
Yeah, regardless. So yeah, anyways, Trunks finally works up the nerve to ask her out. Oh, that was why he went to the place, because he tried asking her out, and Bulma was like, "Nope, she's too busy, can't do it. We got all these robots getting sent back because of the zombie thing going on. They're breaking all the robots." And he's like, "All right, so if I fix this, then she'll be free." So yeah, that was the reason.
Yeah,
but I love like they go to like this dance.
she shows up in a full set of armor.
Yeah, dude, she shows up like straight up, like looking like fucking Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tale, like full on fucking armor and everything.
And I love how she
Like,
just thinks
Jesus
that's
Christ.
totally normal. Like she doesn't even question it.
Nobody questions it. They're all just like, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Like,
Well, it's
I think
Dragon Ball
some of
universe.
them were like, oh, she's cool. Like,
In Dragon Ball universe, just everything's fucking weird because it's like a world of weird.
although it does kind of remind me, there was a kid that I went to high school with. His yearbook photo had him wearing a Spartan helmet.
They let him do it. Like they
Yeah,
let
yeah.
him.
Like not like a Halo, like an actual like Spartan helmet. Like,
Yeah.
with like the red mohawk thing going on and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. But yeah, they have like the big fight or whatever, and they beat him, and we come to find out that Dr. Hedo actually didn't care about the disc itself. It turns out that he had an autograph from Clean God in the case, and that was what he cared about.
Yeah. I
Which is
did
just
find when I
classic
was
Dragon
reading
Ball.
this. When I was reading this, I'll send it to you on Discord. I got the best out of context like screen cap from the series manga of Mai.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's fucking yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny when you see like modern Dragon Ball stuff using like current slang and shit. It's so
Well,
weird.
what's funny is that is completely out of context. I believe the actual like because I cropped that for this specific like bubble. I believe the action because so for those who don't know, it's a screen cap of Mai and I cropped it to say I'm out. He's based though. I believe the actual bubble says something about we need to find out where he's based, though, like where like Heto's base is located, and I believe it says so we can draw him out, but I cut the H off the him, so it says I'm out.
I don't know, because I think I remember reading in my copy that she had said specifically that he's based. So I don't. Maybe that actually is.
Now that specific bubble's cropped just to be deliberately like that, because I thought it was funny, but
fair. I
maybe
do think I remember somebody. I don't remember what they were referring to, but I remember at some point somebody said that something was cringe.
Yeah, I saw cringe. Cringe is a
during
this pops up now.
You know, it was something I don't even remember what anime it was that I watched recently, but I watched an anime recently where they no bullshit. They used the phrase "dick cheese," and never thought I'd hear that in an anime.
Context, like,
or they were calling somebody a dick cheese, but I'm just like, Jesus. It's like it's not something I expected to hear in any anime. Like, not even like a fucking like M-rated one. Like,
it was like the start of the NASCAR broadcast this morning. They were interviewing the drivers on fucking pit road, and one of them was like with this like 90-year-old woman, like a fan or something that was just hanging out at the track, and he's like, they're interviewing the driver. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in my my MILF phase right now," and I'm just, he was like, "I'm in my cougar phase right now," and I'm just like, they just said that on TV. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
9-year-old woman there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Either way, that's besides the point. Yeah, that whole opening plot is pretty funny. I do like how there's like this subplot with Goten where one of the classmates is like, I like Trunks. Can you like get him to like take me to the dance? And Goten's like, I don't know. I don't think that'll work, but sure.
I love that it's like implied too that Goten actually likes her. And like he's like, oh, like that's not fun for me.
That's all right. He's like a player later, so he'll be fine. He'll have girlfriend of the week.
But well, I mean, he probably still will be. Toyotaro, he likes GT enough to make a continuation for it. So
I mean, that Goten is like
he'll probably still make Goten a player.
Goten's like one of the few characters in GT that was actually, I thought, well handled. So
yeah.
Because he was actually unique, and his personality actually kind of made sense.
I didn't like the fucking hair change they gave him in GT.
Though. No, his hair looked dumb, but they
gave him like a weird cow look. It's like I liked the kind of like half Goku hair thing he had going on at the end of Z. Like that was way better to me.
Well, he had Guinea's hair, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was great. That I actually come to think about it, that might be where Guinea got her hair from, since she came so much later.
Knowing Toriyama, I doubt it, but that would be a good, that would be an interesting parallel.
Yeah. So yeah, then we get into like the actual superhero stuff, and
well, first we got like, what's funny is first we get like this very abridged retelling of Brawly.
Yeah, because we got that little bit where they went and got Broly and brought him to Beerus's place, and they were like, "Hey, we didn't cover this in the manga, so we're gonna give you a brief overview of what happened here."
It was fine. We got to see.
Yeah, I mean,
those events.
It didn't take anything away, but I mean, you already kind of just waved it away and said, "Go see the movie" before, so you could have just continued with that. But whatever.
Yeah, I guess they had to be like, "Oh yeah, Brawly's here now."
Yeah,
because we've been ignoring him for like 2 arcs at this point.
No kidding. But that was fine. And then I don't remember when exactly it happened. I think it was like towards the end when they were like, "Hey, we got this like whole Black Frieza thing happening, so we should probably do something about this." Like,
yeah, I forgot about that, to be honest. I was like, "Oh yeah, Black Frieza was a thing." Yeah, I'm sure, but now Trunks has like God mode, so.
I mean, Gohan.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Him.
Yeah.
That guy.
Well, yeah. That's the thing. See, that's the thing is Goten and Trunks need an upgrade, or at least need to stop fucking up the fusion.
No, but funny.
It stopped being funny back in Z.
I know. Is it bad that it's been so long since I've seen the superhero movie that at first when 18 showed up, I'm like, oh, did they add 18 to this plot? I was like, Was she in the movie? And I had to look it up because I completely
She was.
forgot. I know. Yeah, I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, she was here. I completely forgot about that.
But yeah, there were a few things that I did like that they did with the manga version. First of all, we got to see Marin post time skip.
She grew a nose. She just
Yeah,
grew a
this is true.
nose. How does that work?
And Krillin had taken his family to go see the Clean God movie, so that was very nice, a little family moment. I love the
Isn't Marin
I
supposed to
love
be
the
like the
jealous.
same age as like Trunks?
She's
and
a little
Goku?
younger.
Little younger.
She's a little younger because remember Trunks was already born before Krillin and 18 even got together.
True. Oh yeah, he's like 1 year older than Goten, but Goten's existence is still one of the biggest mysteries in fucking Dragon Ball.
Is it funny that I kind of forgot that there was an age difference between them? It wasn't until like I read this arc again that I was like, oh yeah, they wouldn't be in the same grade, would they?
No. Well, that's the thing. Goten's existence makes no fucking sense, and it never will. It's like, sure, whatever.
Look, Goku pumped the baby into Chi-Chi like the week before the tournament. That's all you need to know.
Goku got horny for like the first time in like 7 years, and then was like, all right, here we go.
Something like that.
Or he got drugged and Chi-Chi did it. I don't know.
I was gonna say maybe Chi-Chi just had it way with him when he was like dying of the heart virus. Who knows?
This plot is so fucking stupid sometimes.
Who knows?
Oh my god.
Also,
the bridge makes more sense. That's the sad part.
I don't think I had ever actually looked this up before, but the actors who played the two Gammas in the movie, Gamma 1 is Alex Lee, and Gamma 2 is Todoroki. Oh no! I'm thinking of a different thing. It wasn't him. It was what was it? Oh, Hawks. He's Hawks.
So Jinwoo and Hawks. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I
was curious because I was watching it earlier. It's like their voices sound mad familiar, and I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed that in the scene in the movie where they're having like the car ride, and Magenta's trying to like convince Hedo to join his side or whatever. There was a scene where Carmen got stuck behind a slow driver and he was like getting frustrated. And I realized the driver in front of him was Pan's teacher.
That's funny.
And there's one more thing. Also, I'm pretty sure this has come up in conversation before, but I think it pretty much is like 100% confirmed that Colonel Violet is Magenta's mom, because he has on his desk is a photo of Commander Red and Colonel Violet.
Yeah.
Like two separate pictures next to each other.
Huh. That's interesting.
Little things I noticed.
I do find it really amusing though that like Pan's teacher has no issue with the strange green alien just picking her up every day.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Also, we'll get to it later because they bring it up, but like, what the fuck's wrong with Goku at this point?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that he had a granddaughter.
Yeah, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, there's points like that where like he isn't this fucking dumb. Like, what are we doing here?
He's really not, and I don't like that modern Dragon Ball just like paints him in that way.
This all started with the goddamn kiss thing, and like ever since that, it's like he is just getting stupider every fucking year. I swear.
Oh, for sure, it's getting frustrating to no end.
Like when I saw that,
it got a little bit better with some of the previous manga arcs we got, like with Moro and Granola. Like it wasn't as bad, and then they just started doing it again. It's like, God damn it!
It's because his family like wasn't present during those, so they kind of just got like the wave of like okay, and then like the second they're sort of relevant again, it's like he suddenly goes back to being like a dirtbag, and I'm like watching this because like I always thought like in the anime and stuff, I'm like I thought the whole Goku as a deadbeat thing was a little exaggerated. Like he's not great, but he's not the worst. But then you watch shit like this, you're like, Jesus Christ, like what are we doing here?
No kidding.
I'm surprised he remembers who that he is. I'm surprised he remembers Goten half the time. Like, let's be real.
For sure.
Fully
I'm
remembers.
wondering like how much detail we should go into with the whole movie part of it because we kind of already covered this on GNC, and
Yeah,
there's
like
really not that much different. Um,
the only real difference is like the Goten and Trunks actually do something before they fuck up their transformation, like for a few
yeah,
minutes there. Um,
the
Everything
art
else
was
is
really nice. Did you notice the Attack on Titan reference?
yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. The whole Toriutaro is a really good artist. Like he throws in little details everywhere that are just fun.
Because
Um,
yeah, because it was like literally the Cell Max like reveal like after he woke up, he did the colossal Titan thing where he had the hand over the wall and he pulled his head over, and then he got that close up on his face, and it just had like so much detail in that one illustration. It looked really
yeah,
good.
I was like, you're not smooth, Toyotaro. I see what you're doing here. Um,
Hmm,
yeah, other than that, though,
that was
honestly
funny.
like it was actually kind of interesting seeing a lot of these scenes in a more traditional style because I've come to really love the animation they used for superhero, like the movie. But
Yeah,
looking at looking at it drawn more traditionally, it hits differently in a way.
yeah, for sure.
Um, which I
That is one
really
thing
enjoyed.
yeah, that's one thing I'm really looking forward to when we get the reanimated like remake of Super is when they get around to the superhero arc. Seeing that in 2D
Mm,
will be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Assuming they don't just do something stupid and make it all CG, because that would be a bad idea. They'd be
fingers
Berserk
crossed.
all over again.
I mean, the CG has gotten a lot better um, over the years. I mean, because you look at stuff like Dorohedoro, where it's like it's really good, but I don't know if I want to
No,
watch fully
let's just make
CG
it like Daima. Just make it like Daima.
or even like Brawly. Like Brawly was
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get fucking that dude in. What's the name? Shintani. Yeah, get him
Yeah,
in because he fucking killed it with that movie. I love the art style of Broly.
yeah, and Daima was also gorgeous. Also, did you see that little ad for Daima at the end of the last volume of Super of the manga where I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
that's fun." I'm like, are we getting a Daima manga? I'm like, "Oh no, it's just an advertisement for the show."
It
Right?
did make me sad that I remember if it was the last volume or the second to last volume, but the beginning part, the like a little author writing was just like, oh, this is for Toriyama Sensei who passed away recently. It's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
it's sad.
made me sad a little there. Um, yeah, so the
But
overall the whole plot is basically the same. We see Chi Chi for one split second in this, so she exists in this in this canon.
I do like that like Bulma sent Goten and Trunks, like specifically. She was like, you guys need to go and help them. Like didn't just show up randomly.
Yeah, and I love the fact that the one of the one time we see Chi Chi, she's grounded Goten, and I'm like, yep, that's about right.
Mhm. And I do love a lot of like the little like Krillin just being a cop stuff. Like when they were having that car conversation that I mentioned earlier, Krillin was just tailing them the whole time and trying to get at them. And the fucking the bee was attacking him. And that's why they ended up getting away.
I love when he's talking to his like superior, who's like another blonde woman, and 18's just mugging him the entire time.
Yes, I love that like
No,
jealous 18.
18,
I love that.
18 and Marin were mugging him the entire time.
I
Just
loved
like
it. It was
watch
great.
it. I'm just like, and he's oblivious. He doesn't even realize like the whole time.
Mhm.
And she's like, I'm going
Fantastic.
to. Which my one question is, what happened to Marin? They just left her behind.
They just give her money for an Uber. She's fine.
Yeah, she can take care of
Or
herself.
maybe they taught her how to fly. Who knows?
17 showed up and took her home. I don't know.
Could have. Maybe they just called up Bulma. Hey, pick up my kid. We got shit to do.
Bulma, do send the peel off gang. They can go get her.
Yeah, something like that. Just think there was too much else for like differences. It wasn't really much, honestly.
It was interesting the way he drew Orange Piccolo because obviously he couldn't do the color difference. So
Yeah, yeah, that was interesting. And
I haven't
actually
seen.
getting to see there was one scene that I thought, well, one panel rather that I thought was really weird because I felt like he couldn't figure out the heights for the characters because when it was after Cell Max was destroyed, and you're doing like the silhouette in the dirt, like the dust or whatever, the dust cloud. And when Pam was trying to find them, and you see the silhouettes of Piccolo and Gohan next to each other, and fucking Piccolo's gigantic and Gohan's like up to his knee. It was really weird.
Yeah, that was a weird perspective.
And as much as I love the Beast form, it does look really awkward with like the hair.
It looked better in the anime in the movie, to be perfectly honest, with the color and the CG.
It was still awkward though. But yeah, I agree.
Well, they're just at that point they're just making fun of the whole fact with like the hair and shit, where it's just like, yeah, this is pretty stupid, but whatever.
Also, I love that they finally, like, in the canon, gave the Ultimate Gohan form a name, and Gohan, like, and it was Goten and Trunks who gave it to him, and he's like, "Well, Ultimate form? What the fuck is that?" He's like, "Well, we never know what to call that form, so we just decided to call it that because it was cool."
I love how that form is literally, it's just his regular form, but his little like cowlick thing falls down, and it's just like Ultimate Gohan.
Yep.
What was another good scene? I just the whole story is goofy, but I do love it's straight up just a Gohan and Piccolo story still.
I mean, Piccolo is really the main character of this story arc because we're
really
with him
is.
like the whole time, pretty much.
He really is. Like, reading it makes a lot more sense. The movie, it's very clear too. It's interesting. That movie to me is still at the point where I'm just like, this is like the last true love letter, not counting Daima. It's like one of the last true like love letters Toriyama gave us, because he finally answered that question everybody had, where people were like, we're tired of Goku and Vegeta doing everything.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, we're gonna put them on the cover, and then just be like, psych, they're not actually relevant to this movie at all.
Yeah,
that was good. I really enjoy. I still enjoy that to this day. Like, even though it's still confusing.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Toriyama said that Piccolo was his favorite character too, so I'm glad that they did that.
Could tell. I mean, he's always been treated fairly well throughout the thing. Honestly, Gohan's gotten the shaft more often than Piccolo has.
Oh, for sure.
I still find Gohan bizarre in this movie though, because he just is suddenly like, he's just as goofy as he was throughout Super, but then like suddenly he's just like, oh yeah, I can still fight perfectly fine. I'm just like, okay.
It's almost less like, it almost makes less sense than the animated version too. Like if you're looking at the superhero film with the Tournament of Power anime version, and then you look at the manga versions of both of those, and the manga version almost makes less sense because, you know, like obviously like he got whipped into shape for the tournament in the anime, and then, you know, he did fuck all for a while and then went back to be like, oh, I can barely turn Super Saiyan like again. But in the manga, they made him seem like way stronger than he was in the anime version for the Tournament of Power. Like he beat Kefla himself.
Yeah, which I liked, but at the same time, it was confusing.
Yeah, and then like it's like, oh yeah, I can barely do Super Saiyan again, and I can't turn Ultimate unless I get mad. Which it kind of defeats the purpose because the Ultimate isn't like an anger form. It's not like a Super Saiyan form.
But then what gets me is like, then we get into the new post like movie stuff, and he can just go beast whenever, I guess.
Well, supposedly like this occasion with Goku and Vegeta not showing up to help, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it like Gohan finally had his like oh shit moment, where like, no, I actually do need to keep up with this and like not slack off and just do the fucking study thing all the time. Like eventually Goku and Vegeta will not be here anymore and I need to step up and be the guy.
Yeah. I did really enjoy in the post stuff where we get this scene where Carmine and it's Carmine still, right?
Yeah.
And his like little lackey are like still being a nuisance.
I'm pretty sure it's still the same dude that Piccolo was like doing the missions with and stuff, like that dude.
Him, yeah, that guy. They're still trying to cause shit, and like Gohan's just not having it. He's like, I am fucking not dealing with your shit right now.
Hmm.
And then they all just get teleported to, well, because like we go back up to Beerus's planet. Like we still had the whole Beerus has a type moment.
Oh yeah.
Um, Vegeta beats Goku, and I love how they have him like just keep rubbing it in afterwards, which was great.
Yeah. He's like,
Like,
you mean that time when I beat you?
and I love how Goku's literally like, you win once and you never let it go. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I do love that they're like Carmine and the lackey there, like, oh, we look at these like superhero guys. They're probably strong enough to beat them. They're like, hey, this is these bad guys we need you to beat. Get in the car with us and we'll take you to them. And then as they're pulling up, Goten's like, this is my brother's house.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're just like, they pop out of the car like, hi Gohan. And Gohan's like, what the fuck are you two doing here?
And all the Gohan transforms into beast mode right next to his house again, which is, yeah, I feel like it wasn't given much like attention, but probably fucked up his house again because
Well, the best part is we get that oh, I have to bring this up from earlier. The in between chapter little splash pages that Toru does. I loved how they were literally every one of them was just Goku and Vegeta fighting, and we progressively saw Beerus, Whis, and everyone get more bored as it went on.
yeah,
that was super entertaining. I really enjoyed that. I bring that up though because one of those
just getting more and more moved.
yeah, I bring that up though because like one of the splash pages later was they cut to what's going on outside. They cut to like what's going on inside the house while that whole encounter is going on. It's just Videl cooking. She has no care in the world. She's like, yeah,
no idea what's going on.
She's like, it's fine. It's probably fine.
So yeah, then friggin' what was it, like Whis had mentioned to Goku, like, oh, by the way, like all this stuff happened on Earth and like Gohan got real strong. And he's like, oh really? Interesting.
And
I'm gonna pop by and see what's up.
We also got that great Beerus quote of like, wait, this one has a kid? like
He's
like,
like, yeah, you met him, dude. He's like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot. I guess he didn't leave much of an impression.
it was literally just Beerus. See, Beerus, that's funny because I love Beerus's no fucks given attitude. Yeah. Goku forgetting his own grandchild, that's just fucking annoying. It's like,
yeah. Especially since Pan's only like, what, 3? So it's not like he was in that long ago.
Also, how long were they up on that planet? Because it's implied they were up there for a while.
I mean, that's not totally like a foreign concept for Goku and Vegeta. So
no, it's weird though because it just this one felt weird. Like they come back and it's like because usually like Chi-Chi or someone would throw up more of a stink, but I guess they just don't care at this point anymore.
I do love like we'll get into a little bit more into like the actual like what happens on the planet, but I do love how when they're getting ready to go back home to Earth, Vegeta's like, yeah, I should probably go home too. If I stay away for too long, Bulma will probably get bored and find someone else.
Yeah. Which is really funny because Goku has no thoughts of that about Chi-Chi whatsoever. He's just like, yeah, she'll be there.
He's like, yeah, whatever. She's loyal.
Chi-Chi doesn't get out much. I think that's the implication there.
No, she's literally trapped on a mountain. So.
Also, I got to bring this up because this is just like a funny art like thing. They do that joke where they bring up the fact that Bulma's been abusing the Dragon Balls with frivolous wishes to keep them out of enemy hands by just like de-aging herself slowly. And
like a piece at a time.
I just found it really amusing that they claim that she's done like all these things to still look young, hence why she still looks young at this point. And then like with that one scene we see of Chi-Chi, she just still looks the same age. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's fine.
You know, you'd think it would make more sense if she was just like, hey, like if we use one wish to be like, make me like myself, like bring me back to my prime, like whatever like you consider my prime to be. That's one wish, and the second wish is like, okay, make me stop aging.
Well, that would be less. That'd be less fun. She doesn't want it to be too obvious.
But it's like, no, I'm just gonna increase my eyelashes by like 2 millimeters, and that's you know.
I do like
that would
that
be a whole wish.
I do like that line of where Piccolo's like, "Well, if you didn't waste all the wishes giving yourself fucking butt lifts all the time."
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, so all of them end up on Beerus's planet, and Goku's like, "All right, go on, fucking let's do this. Let's spar."
and
And
then Vegeta's
Gohan
like,
just
"Well, at
yeah.
first they're like, no, you should fight Goten and Trunks first."
Oh right, yeah, and then they fuck up the fusion again.
And my favorite thing is the subtlety in the background where you just see Vegeta getting more and more disappointed throughout that entire fight with Trunks.
Yep.
He's just like the whole time he's like, "That's my boy." Like,
he's like, I miss my other son.
I also like the implication of that Trunks is pretty fucking dumb. And then it's like, oh yeah, Bra's the smart one.
Yeah. Bra takes after her mom.
Yeah, because it's like they were like, oh yeah, he's the heir to the Capsule Corps. I'm like, he doesn't want to be that. He's not smart
Nope.
enough for that.
No. So yeah, like Gohan has this little fight with Goten and Trunks. That's pretty fun. And then Goku's like, all right, step aside, kids. It's time for Daddy to do his work. And they just straight up do Ultra Instinct versus Gohan Beast, and it's actually a really good fight.
One of the best fucking fights in the series, honestly.
Yeah, it's just really like makes it definitive. Like Gohan is, if not at their level, he's damn close.
I love that he gets a hit on Ultra Instinct Goku, and Goku's like, "Ow, that was mean," and I'm just like,
Yeah.
like, oh, stop being a bitch. Your son finally did something.
Which is great because that gives me hope for Gohan. I just hope that doesn't get thrown out the window in the time it's taken for us to get more fucking material.
I love too that Vegeta's like, Kakarot, fuck off. I want to fight your son now because he's actually worthy. I'm like,
yep. They're like, all right, Broly, fight him. Fight Gohan.
And then that finally like awakens like Broly's like ability to control himself.
Well, it makes sense because Gohan's. I mean, obviously Broly doesn't know the history, but I mean, it really would make more sense for Gohan to train with him in the first place because that was kind of Gohan's whole thing. Is like he could, if he couldn't keep his power in check, he would just lose it and just start fucking going wild.
I love how they absolutely decimate his planet too. Like Beerus's planet.
Yeah, just fucking destroyed it.
It's so funny reading this though, and you realize so fast Toyotaro was such a Vegeta fan. It's not even funny.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Just how Vegeta's been handled throughout this entire thing, which is just great.
For sure. But yeah, eventually they're all done fighting, and Goku's like, "Yes, I'm so happy that you're strong enough to keep the planet safe when I'm gone and everything." And then they all go back home, and they pick up Pan from school.
Oh yeah, we get that super cute scene where Pan sees her dad. She's all happy, and then she sees Goku, and she gets like pissed. She's like, "Oh, this deadbeat over here."
Yeah, right. And so there's a scene like as like the chapter is ending where like they're all going to fly away, and Piccolo turns and waves to the teacher. Just as a little like add-on to the episode you guys did on GNC recently, that one little like wave.
Which episode? I really don't remember.
You'll know what I'm talking about in a second. That wave between Piccolo and the teacher has sparked so many ships.
Oh,
so many ships.
Don't bring that episode up, please. Anyways,
you'd be surprised. After that chapter came out, that was all the fandom was talking about.
I ship it.
And I'm pretty sure that was a Toriyama correction. Like I think pretty sure he added that.
That's fun.
And that was the last chapter he worked on. That was the last chapter he was around for.
Also, I love that scene where like the cop earlier on is like, "Who parks a plane in the middle of the road?"
Yeah.
And Pan shows up. She's like, "Oh, it's okay. They're with me." And he's like, "Hercule's granddaughter. It's okay. It's fine. No worries. Don't worry about it.
No,
take your time. Cool. Take your time."
Yeah. Classic.
I just love how Hercule gets like put up as this thing, even though he's such a bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, then we get the final bonus chapter, which is like the origin story for Saiyaman X1 and X2. which essentially boils down to like Goten was a big fan of Clean God. Trunks didn't really get it; it wasn't his thing. And then he went on a field trip to like it's essentially like the Hall of Heroes,
Hmm.
and it's just all these people who like had a big impact on the world throughout history. And there's a statue of Olibu like right in front of the place, which I find fascinating. That he's just like, all right, this is a canon character now.
Yeah.
Um, but then like as they're going through, like there's all these different statues. Like there's a statue of fucking Master Roshi's master that sealed away King Piccolo, and there's like a weird like it's clearly Goku, but his face is just blank with like a question mark on it because
Yeah.
nobody knows what he actually looks like, but it's obviously Goku.
Yeah.
Um,
It's that weird farmer from up in the mountains.
yeah. Um, and then like while they're there, I guess there was the Clean God movie was being filmed nearby, and there was like a big. What was the exact like? What exactly was happening? Was the place being robbed or something? I forget.
I think so, something like that. Some sort of
Some,
disturbance was happening.
yeah, some sort of like crazy shit was happening, and yeah, it was like a rob, and then like one of the kids got like taken at knife point or something. And then fucking the Clean God who was on the set comes over and he's just starts whooping ass, like clearly had superpowers, and Trunks is like, holy shit. And like he does the whole like um truth, justice, and the American way kind of speech to Trunks. And
Yeah.
Trunks is like, wow, how inspiring. I want to be like Clean God. And then we see like later on there's like a scene where Clean God goes to like Hercule's like dojo or whatever, and he pulls the mask off and it's just Gohan.
Yeah, and he's like so annoyed. He's like, I really have other better things to be doing, Hercule.
I love that he'll like do like shit like that. Like he'll like, oh, I'll just be a stand-in for the fucking Clean God movie, but like, he won't pick up his kid from daycare. Like,
Fidel's fine with it. She's like, whatever, Piccolo can do it.
it's like,
I'll
what
get
the
him a
hell?
cat. I'll get him a a cat plushie.
Yeah, that he doesn't want.
I think he does.
But
Really want them.
it was a fun little chapter. I'm glad it exists, but being the only chapter we've gotten over the past like over a year is pretty sad.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to figure out what they're doing. So
Well,
there's probably a lot of legal wrangling they gotta work through.
well, they're at least buying some time with the super remake anime and the new game, which I'm pretty sure is just going to be Xenoverse 3.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
It's just weird. It's finally over. Like we've been covering this for like 2 years now, I think.
It's been a while, yeah. It's been like at least a year and a half. I mean, there's plenty of other Dragon Ball material out there, so it's not like we have to completely go away from Dragon Ball. But
No, we got plenty. We're still got all the movies to cover. We'll eventually cover the original manga.
I would like to cover the multiverse fan manga at some point, or fan comic. That's
Yeah,
actually really well done, and I think you would enjoy it. It's still going, actually, to this day.
we'll have to talk about AF too at some point in full.
Yeah, that'll have to
That
be just like its own episode.
that'll be a whole rabbit hole. There's we have to do a proper sit down and talk about GT at some point, even though I don't really want to.
Hey, there's some good qualities about GT. Well, one thing that does suck though is I discovered recently that Crunchyroll's version of GT uses the American music for some reason. And
You
it
know,
bothers the hell out of me.
you ready for the grand tour?
No, I have my DVD rips with the Japanese music, and that'll do me just fine. Thank you very much.
I have the green box, so I'm good there.
Good.
I've got the green box that has been watched once, and that
Hit
was
that
enough.
marathon mode.
God, how did
No Grand
Daima
Tour
do
here.
it? Daima did it so much fucking better. That's the sad part.
Although I guess we could do the the GT like Heroes Legacy, like that'll be part of the whole movie thing. So
We'll get to that eventually. I mean, that's the best part of GT, honestly, in my opinion. But
it's honestly, yeah, it is pretty good.
because the rest of GT is like, why?
Hey, there's some stuff about I'm actually in the minority that loves Super 17, so just throwing that out there.
I
The way
love
they
Super.
beat him is
See,
stupid.
I used to
but-
say the best part about GT was Super Saiyan 4, but that's officially canon now. So, um,
Yeah, but the GT design is better. Sorry, Toriyama, but
true. But I see. I'm just like salty that my first experience seeing that show was literally I just happened to see a clip of that fucking scene of old lady nurse Chi Chi shoving the needle in Goku's ass, and I was like, "What the fuck? What are we doing? Like, what's going on at this point?"
I do love that Toriyama like simultaneously steals one of the best parts of GT and also shits on GT at the same time because Super Saiyan 4's introduction in Daima was a child version of it.
Yeah,
And GT was like, well, Super Saiyan 4 is just so strong that it forces his body to be an adult while he's in that form. And then when he deactivates it, he's a kid again. They're just stupid.
That is still the GT would have been so much more tolerable if they didn't do the stupid make Goku a kid thing for no reason.
Well, see, I would have had a problem with it if they just kept it to that arc and then was like, well, the arc is over now.
Well, a lot of people
you can
say
turn
like
into an adult again.
a lot of people say like he should have just stayed an adult after he went 4 for the first time. Then that would have been fine. People would have got over
No, it
it.
made perfect sense.
But no, then we get stupid lines of dialogue like where they're like, well, how do you what's it? How do you interact with Chi-Chi? He's like, well, I can just go Super Saiyan 4 if I want to hang out with Chi-Chi. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
The one scene where Pan's like, well, grandparents' day at school is coming up. Can you turn Super Saiyan 4 and come in? It's like, no.
Yeah, big
I'll
hairy
scare everybody.
gorilla man shows up. Yeah, that'll go well.
Like, I'm not putting on a shirt with all this fur, and I doubt they'll appreciate me walking in with no shirt on. So,
and then Chi-Chi's whole response is like, well, he acts like a fucking child half the time anyway, so it's not like it makes a difference. I'm like this is an
which is weird because GT version of Goku was way more mature than fucking Super's version of Goku.
I know. Like, what? What?
How is it that, like, well, out of everything that Toei did wrong with GT, the one thing they did right was Goku's personality?
Well, it was the Goku show, so they had to get that right. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Is it weird though? I still think the most mature Goku is still the one from Fusion Reborn. Like, I don't know.
Nah, he was up there, yeah.
It's one of his most mature characterizations. Even though he does,
I'd say Breath of the Dragon too. Honestly,
he's like such a small part of that movie, though. Now that I think about it,
but really, when you really boil it down, man, like it's just Z Goku was just fucking way more mature than anything else. It's just Z Goku was just like, no, I'm an adult. Like, I'm just being an adult.
Yeah, especially like honestly, like right at the end, he like that the time skip that's dubiously canon at this point at the end of Z. That's like his most mature until the end when he just abandons his family again. But that's besides the point.
Well, all his kids were grown. His wife can deal.
I guess
she'd probably already passed like the menopause phase and everything, and you know she's just doing her thing.
Chi-Chi has like Chi-Chi is literally like has the worst life in Dragon Ball. I swear to God.
Oh, for sure.
Like what she really got like unlucky in like the wasn't she like a princess like wealthy or something? I don't know.
Yeah, she's a prince. She's Princess Chi-Chi, yeah.
And that makes
also like
that makes Kakarot a prince. Think about that for a minute.
Have you read the original like first arc of Dragon Ball?
It's been a while, but I remember it being
interesting. Because I actually, funny enough, this came up in conversation yesterday because we were talking about Dragon Ball. So the reason Chi-Chi wanted to marry Goku, right? So when they first met, he was like, "Oh, you got to go grab Chi-Chi. You got to go to Master Roshi's and ask for the Bancho fan, whatever." And while they're on the Nimbus ride, he gives her the pat, right?
He sure does.
And there's like a little narration blurb when that happens in the manga, and it says like, and And even though she was like deeply embarrassed or whatever, she knew that since he touched her down there, they were destined to be married one day. That's literally his textual. That's the reason.
Sure. Why not? And then her life was ruined from then on out.
So, I mean, we can make all the jokes about her raping him as we want, but he touched her first. And that's why she's fixated on him. So,
Dragon Ball's a fucked up manga when you really think about it.
yeah, it was the 80s.
I know. It's honestly gotten worse in the modern stuff.
Yeah.
Well, for Goku, anyways. The rest of the characters have done surprisingly well in the modern stuff.
No kidding. But yeah, that's the superhero manga arc. Not really a whole lot to say about the arc itself. It was mostly the beginning, like the prequel and the sequel chapters that were really worth talking about.
Yeah, they honestly downplayed the Red Ribbon stuff quite a bit.
Yeah, because I mean, it was funny too because like the little beginning parts with Piccolo, like doing the whole like undercover thing. Which, by the way, I love the whole him disguised as Red Ribbon Army guy. Like that look is cool for him. I like it.
It is.
But like when he's doing that whole bit, he's flying back and forth and making the wish and everything. Like that is like a normal reading speed for manga. And then as soon as fucking Gohan comes on the scene, it's like done.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! Like, cause like that the Trunks like high school stuff that was a pretty dense read, all things considered.
Yeah,
which leads me to believe that was like mostly original Toyotaro stuff.
Probably.
And then we get to like the stuff that's the Toriyama stuff, and it was just like,
yep, it's just like,
like
turning the page every like 15 seconds. It's just like, oh, punch, kick, fly, kick, punch.
Oh,
and that book is done. On to the next one.
New stuff. I did also like the joke at the end where after Carmine has that traumatizing experience up on Beerus's planet, he's like, you know what? We're good. We're gonna go leave.
Yeah.
And
we're straight now.
And he's like, you know what? Pharmaceuticals might be the way. And then they just go off to the distance.
And I'm really looking forward, honestly, to whenever, like, if it ends up going in that direction, whenever Tournament of Power 2 happens, Universe 7's team is stacked. That's why what I really hope happens is that, like, well, Universe 7 won the last one, so we're going to have them and the 4 exempt universes. That's going to be the new tournament.
It would have to be because, like, Goku has only gotten stronger. Vegeta's fucking ultra ego now. I still fucking love that name.
Yeah.
Gohan Beast, Orange Pickle. Like, honestly, like,
yeah. Gamma number 1. Fucking Granola is still around. Broly. Yep. Fucking Miras is around and he's mortal now, so he counts. Like, true. we got a stacked team here.
And I'm sure
no humans allowed. No humans allowed.
I'm sure 17 and 18 will show up because, of course, 17 will be there. He won the tournament last time.
Yeah. It'll probably be just 17, honestly, because 18 can't be bothered. But
yeah, she's got to watch her kid and husband.
Yeah, because she's all worried about his captain, so she's got to stick around. He's not going.
Yeah.
So
such a stupid series, but I love it.
No, it's fantastic. I have a great time with it. And as much as it seems redundant, I am looking forward to the Super remake, especially if they actually do decide to like do some changes to make it fit more with Daima. That would be fun. Like, I want to see fucking Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Beerus. That'd be fun.
I also kind of want to see like them do like the manga versions of a lot of the arcs because I'd love to see manga Goku Black.
Yeah, agreed.
I still think that's arguably the better version, in all honesty.
In a lot of ways, yeah, for sure.
Tournament of Power, I could go either way.
Although I do like Trunks' anime only personal form.
True. I mean, they could mix
in a manga.
They could mix elements. I think I prefer the manga because the entire society doesn't get nuked for no reason.
I mean, it does though.
It does, but it's not as annoying. Like, well, because
I
like
don't know.
because in the anime they all get fucking killed, and then he kills the universe, and it's like, well, everyone was dead anyways, so who cares?
Well,
And this
on
one is
that planet.
true, but it's Dragon Ball. The rest of them don't matter because they're not shown.
True.
In the manga, it was like they didn't all die, so then them all getting wiped there is just sad. But yeah, it'll be interesting
For sure.
That's
But yeah, on that note, we should probably move on to Halo anime time.
the prototype. Where's my banner? There it is. All right, so Halo anime time, the 6th segment known as the prototype.
This we just had to sandwich that goofy one with another depressing one.
Well, of course. And this one was done by Studio Bones.
It shows because it was makes sense they would go with Bones for one of the big action ones because goddamn.
The big action ones with I think so it's weird. I've been thinking of all the different segments we've done so far, like Origins 1 and 2 or whatever. They're fascinating in their own right, but they're kind of whatever. The duel was really pretty, but I didn't really care about what happened. Homecoming is depressing to the point where I just was like, what are we even doing? And then Odd One Out is just wacky. This was like one of the ones where I was like, this is depressing, but like I really liked what they were doing here.
This one could have been like a 12 episode like one shot series. Honestly, like if they had actually taken the time to like expand on a lot of this, like show like his original platoon that got wiped out and like showed like his fucking shut down essentially afterwards and like becoming a lot more like robot like.
Yeah. So this arc follows a sergeant that we don't really know the name of, but he goes by the name Ghost because he literally had his entire team wiped out and like basically one of the last surviving people basically is like, what were we to you? And it's like, you're not even human, you're just a ghost, like you don't feel.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking harsh, but accurate.
This is actually this is where I got confused earlier. The Ghost character here, he is played by the actor who plays Shota.
Yes, which is really funny because at one point I thought it was Seth Green, and I was like, "What is Seth Green doing?"
Really?
Yeah, because he kind of has that like. It sounded like it was like Chris Griffin being serious, and I'm like, "What is going on?" Like, what? I'm like, I guess that makes sense, but then I looked it up. I'm like, "Oh no, it's the guy who plays Shota."
But yeah, the beginning shows like him with one of his dying soldiers. And she's like, "Oh, what was I to you?" or whatever. And it seems like it's really implied here that she had a thing for him, and that's why she asked. And he's like, "Well, you're, a soldier, so
yeah,
you're one of my soldiers." He wasn't like he's being very like straight laced about it. And we don't find out until later, like how much like that affected him, the whole thing.
Yeah, because we cut to another war on a planet's going on, another Covenant war.
It's like a few years later.
They're basically there. It's like every segment in this, not counting Odd One Out, where it's like, God damn, this is hell. Like this is like not going well. Because as we've learned from the Halo video games, Master Chief's the only one that does fucking anything.
Yeah.
But they're not in a good spot, and they're basically like
we're all gonna die here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's implied that their mission is to destroy this prototype.
Yes, that we don't really know what it is. They just keep mentioning a prototype, and we're like, all right. And they also talk about they're like the sergeant. He's so useless. Like he got his entire platoon killed. Like and he doesn't care about any of us. And they were just going on and on. And basically, these two soldiers are like left, and they're like basically like we're doomed. Like there's no way we're gonna live this. And then a giant fucking mech suit shows up.
It's literally it's like a prototype Spartan suit. And if you were gonna like if you were gonna try and make a comparison here, like think of like the original like actual Spartan suit as like a sniper rifle.
Yeah,
This is like a battleship.
yeah. Like
And by battleship, I mean like a space battleship. Like
this is just
it's packed with just shit.
This is just straight up. Bones really wanted to make a mecha.
Yeah.
And he shows up in it, and they're like, "Who's in the suit? Like, we were supposed to destroy that." And it's like, "Oh, it's the Sarge." And like his like commander's like, "What are you doing? You were instructed to destroy that thing and all the data with it." And he's like, "I did destroy the data. I'm not gonna let my people die." And he then proceeds to go fucking crazy on like all of the enemies on the planet.
Yeah, just holding them all back while all the soldiers who are just talking shit about how fucking unfeeling he is.
Yeah.
So they could all get away. And it was like one of the most fucking gorgeous action scenes.
Oh yeah. Fucking Bones went all out here.
Oh, dude, fucking Bones just kills it in like everything they do. I love Bones.
It's so weird because I'm like sitting here, I'm like thinking like, which out of all the segments, which one has been the best looking? Because like, the duel was pretty, but that's really all it had to it.
The duel had a very stylistic thing too. Like it was doing a very specific style.
Yeah. And then Homecoming was also pretty. Like B-Train did a good job, but it was kind of, I don't know. The story didn't do enough for me to really care. This one though has been like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't count Odd One Out because Odd One Out that was a parody. That was not supposed to be serious.
Most of this segment of Prototype was mostly like it was like a 12-minute segment. At least 9 of those minutes was just him going ham with the fucking suit.
Oh yeah, like it was just like insanity. Like I saw a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, my hero would do that later. Eventually he gets to a point though where he's like pinned, and he basically like he's out of options. And the whole time he's like getting ready, he's like, all right, I know what I need to do. So he's like trying to activate the self-destruct feature. And it like kind of like symbolically pops up where it's like enter the command code here, and the command code pops up on screen and it just says be human.
Yeah. And then we get another little flashback of like the scene of him with his dying soldier, and we actually see like how affected by it he was in this scene where he's doing the classic like, you know, screaming up into the sky like no
the for those who've played Mega Man X4, the what am I fighting for? Or that one infamous line from Devil May Cry. Those, if you know, you know.
Yeah. But it was actually like a really emotional end, and then he sees the message across the screen, and he's like, kind of like chuckles to himself a little bit about like the irony of the whole thing, because that was one of the last things the soldier said to him.
Because there's like a whole scene where like he's kind of just like giving in, and he's like, all right, this is it. And then all of a sudden he like has that realization. He like has this like smirk, and he's just like, all right, I know what I'm doing here. Because then he says the command, and he's like, ha, I guess I'm gonna be human one more time.
Yep. At the end.
And then the fucking suit explodes, and holy shit. Like,
yeah. Apparently there was a fucking nuclear device in that suit, because yeah, that thing fucking went off, and everyone nearby was, or even remotely nearby, was definitely obliterated.
Oh yeah, it just like wiped everybody. But then we get this kind of like really kind of emotional scene where it's the commander that was calling him out for treason basically is going over his mission debrief report, and he's like, redact that entire final section. And then he goes on to be basically like, this man was a hero, one of the greatest humans of all time, basically.
Yeah, officially missing in action, but it's like, no, he's dead. He's super dead. He is like as dead as you could be.
There is nothing left to retrieve. But it is fitting.
Hey, no teddy bear plushes on him.
Also, what I find interesting is this is like arguably like the best segment so far. Depending on it, Odd Man Out's hard to count just because that was a thing.
In terms of the serious ones, yeah.
it's interesting too. This is the only one that doesn't rely on Master Chief so far.
This is the first one that I've really felt like, yeah, this honestly could just be its own little series, like its own little pocket series.
No, it was really well animated. The music's phenomenal. Like the music throughout this entire series has been really good.
Yeah.
The voice acting's great, and this one really hit me emotionally. I was like, "Damn, that's sad."
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't even that sad with like the ending of Homecoming, because I just was like, I don't know. I just did not feel attached to them.
No, there wasn't really any reason to, because we also like we didn't really get any time with them about like what they went through with training or anything like that. We don't really know. Like if you're going just based off of this film and the segments within it, like we don't know anything about like the Spartan training program except for they were kidnapped. That's all we know.
I felt bad for the clone she murdered more than anything.
For sure.
No, this one was very. This could have honestly been a series, and it's crazy that it didn't have to rely on Master Chief or any of that stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't any Spartans throughout this whole thing, actually.
No, pretty much, because this
There was
is
a Spartan suit, but he's not a trained Spartan. He just was running it because it was there.
But yeah, that was Studio Bones' contribution, which they really went all out. That being said, though, next week we only got 2 more segments left. We have and next week is actually my favorite one, The Babysitter.
Nice.
This one was the 3rd one done by Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. So
They really like that studio, I guess.
well, they kind of got the shaft because they did the 2 Origins, and they really didn't get to go super all out with those.
Yeah, makes sense.
This one is the one where they really go, because this one is the one I argue could also be a series in itself. So I look forward to covering that next week. And then other than that, there's the package, which was the final one, which is ironically the one that features Master Chief the most. So we'll get to that later.
All right.
But yeah, that was Halo anime time.
Very nice.
So yeah, that was another successful episode, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, though, I guess now is as good a time to sign off. Once again, guys, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify, the usuals. Anyone who watches on YouTube, thanks, I guess. Also, check us out on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site. We can find a whole bunch of different podcasts, videos, blogs, all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, so check us out there. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching, listening. We'll see you all later.
Have a good one.